Hello, this is Billy with Billy Goat Fabrication. I told you guys I'd get you a video at some point here in the near future. I've just been changing the channel up on YouTube, trying to figure out all the YouTube-ness of it. Kind of difficult for me to figure out a lot of stuff, but YouTube is a trick. I just wanted to give you guys a little brief tour of the basic stuff I got from my fab shop. I've been gathering tools over the last 2 years. I do apologize for the video quality. I got a 4 megapixel camera on this phone, but it got a scratch on it at work. You know, usual 40, 50, 60 hour weeks. But just wanted to give you a view. I wish this camera worked a little better. I am working on finding a camera that works better to get better videos. Just wanted to give you guys first look at the shop, basic stuff. I am going to title this video Ultimate Harbor Freight Welder Upgrade, because this Harbor Freight welder I picked up about, I want to say about 3 or 4 months ago. Now, it used to be just your standard dual MIG 151, you know, and what is it? You got that 120 amp max range, but since I got it, I've been making quite a few upgrades to it. One of the first things that I did was I bought a tank of shield gas, of course, because, you know, you can't compare with using that CO2, especially hardwire. It's so nice, no spatter, don't get that flux core nastiness. But when I bought this welder, because they come factory with the 2-pound spool holder, well, I got on that old interweb, and I found me an axle that actually takes 2-pound and 11-pound spools. So I managed to finagle an 11-pound spool up into here, and as you can see, I've got about ½ inch of clearance in the back and about 1 inch on the bottom, and it'll fit in most any 11-pound spool I've found so far. And then you got the standard wire feeder that's inside the box that came with it. Works pretty good. It drives this 11-pound spool just fine, and I thought I'd have to upgrade that. And then if you look down here, if this light would adjust for me a little bit. But in there you got your standard switch back and forth connections. I will be making a better video about this. I'll be taking it apart and showing you guys some more of the inside of what I've done here. But for now, I just wanted to get a video uploaded because I want to start uploading videos every Sunday for the channel. Try and get the business going. I do have a few clients lined up for a few projects. Just trying to get caught up on stuff. But if you look up here in front, those 2 standard connections that are over there on the side, well, I ran a new wire. Well, actually I just rerouted the wire that was in it because it was long enough, and I've got it going to those factory connections that are inside over here where they connect to that regular wire feeder and the torch that's hooked to it. But I got these 2 twist lock connections, and I actually ran the wires, since they were long enough, I jumped them from those over to these 2 twist locks. So I've got my positive and my negative for my remote wire feeder box that I built for my other welder that I rewound the transformer of. It was the welder I learned how to weld on when I was, I think I was 8. But I rewound the transformer on my old 110 and built this wire feeder. And it used to have electronics in it, but the way I've got this one hooked up, this switch right here, in case you couldn't tell, right here, that is not factory. I actually put that switch in. That switch, what that does is I'm wiring this thing up and winding some more on the transformer so I can use it for stick welding also. But what that switch does is it switches the power between the gun that's on the machine right here, that one right there, and the gun that's in here. And it actually also switches the wire feed speed control from this gun right here down to this wire feeder that I built a while back. I know it's old and ugly, but she's built a lot of things and been drugged under a lot of cars getting stuff done. So much easier with a 20-foot remote leads. Got 20 foot of the hose for the gas. Got my ground lead. Got a red and a black clamp for it, depending on what I'm doing. You know, if you're welding stick, you might be welding the opposite polarity. Then I got my other lead with the 2 wires coming for the fire feeder power. Ugh. But yeah, that switch controls both wire feeders. Now, if that switch is in the down position, the way I have it set up is these welders from the factory, they don't have power like the old ones did from Harbor Freight. They don't have power until you pull the trigger, which is nice for when you're doing a bunch of stuff. If you don't have an auto tent, you're just cranking out a lot of shelf brackets or something, that's nice. Go off this 11-pound spool, don't worry about how much wire you're using, you got plenty. But when I switched to the up position, since I wanted to be able to stick weld with it, in the up position, when it's coming to power this, where it switches to this wire feeder lead, and these, it is always hot, which is just fine because I want to be able to stick weld with it. And I'm always going to know, and I'm used to it, because this old thing over here, this is actually the original welder that I built about 2 years ago, and I used it for a long while. I was actually welding on a trailer, flatbed trailer I'm building for my company in my home, and it welded it, it got it done, about a half hour straight of welding, and then went to use it the next time, and that transformer was not happy with that last fit. So I used a few parts out of that to upgrade this one when I got it. Now, in the next video, when I take it apart, I'm just going to show you everything I've done to the inside. There is one more upgrade that I plan on doing to this one before I can call it complete. That would be I'm getting six 22,000 microfarad 80 volt capacitors. I'm gonna get 6 of them. They're like 2 inches in diameter and like 3.5 inches tall. I've been reading a bunch of forums, and 6 capacitors gives you the nicest flow of electricity, be able to tune it up and down on the wire speed as much as you like. But that's the next thing I'm going to be upgrading on it, giving some time, because well, I could order them because they're cheap, but they come from China because I can't afford them from the US. They're way too expensive. But I'll be getting some of those and getting those put in. But yeah, I've been gathering just basic tools. I've got basic bench grinder over there on the right. I've got another bench grinder that I'm actually turning into a belt sander. I'll make a video about that when I get around to it. Got all the parts, I just haven't got to it yet. Been working a lot at my regular job. Got a bunch of grinders. Now, a little bit of my history, of my experience. When I started welding, I actually ended up going to school basically for free. I was working at the company that I was working for and going to school for. I was going to school through on-site trainee program kind of thing. I had to beat out about 100 other students. Ended up being one of 13, and I think 3 of the people actually made it as production fabricators. But what I did for that company is I welded and built pressure vessels, and that was all mostly stainless steel. Now, I did a bunch of mild steel there too, and I went from there and I went to building mobile home trailer frames and full metal modular trailers. I do apologize for the selfie look right now. I am working on getting another camera. But I built a whole bunch of trailers for 2-3 years, and then I got an old lady and kids. Went and got another job doing a bunch of on-site work, making a bunch of money real quick, get us a house and all that. I ended up working for another guy, rich dude, wanted me to build him a Jeep or something. And then I've been working for a while doing fab at my job that I currently got, which I'm not going to bring up right now. But I've been doing a lot of fab there, and I've pretty much done everything from stainless steel pressure vessels to making tables to making all kinds of custom handrails to making staircases. I've made all kinds of embeds. Now at my job, I am 1 inch unlimited all position egg certified. Whoa. Yeah, I don't want to do that, and I do it. I am 1 inch all position MIG certified and rebar certified for welding. I used to have ASE certs for the pressure vessels and all that stuff through that other company I worked for, building pressure tanks and all that. But I'm starting a fabrication shop at home. I've got 2 or 3 clients that want me to build other things, and I'm mainly going to start out probably doing like tables and artsy fartsy type stuff, just basic knock it out stuff to get it out the door, get stuff started. I will be moving next year into some property, and at that point it'll be starting to get hot and heavy on stuff. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the shop. This is my little fab corner I got. And you gotta remember, I am in a 10 by 20 shop, which not that big, standard garage. But I do have a 120 gallon air tank, which I'll show you over here. It's tucked way back here in the corner right now. See down there? It's a 120 gallon air tank I ended up picking up for $30. Brought it home in my Tercel. I got an 83 Toyota Tercel with a rack and bumper and all that fun stuff. She's getting a new motor all built up. But yeah, this is my fab corner. Just figured I'd show you guys. Like I said, I'll be making more videos. I want to make a video dedicated to just how I built this thing up, how it works, how well it works, show you all the wire feeder and the regular feeder welding. A few nights ago I was teaching my old lady how to weld, which for her first time ever MIG welding, I'm thinking she got the job, don't you? This is literally less than 30 minutes of teaching my wife how to MIG weld, and that's just with my Harbor Freight welder that I've built up. I mean, I'm impressed. And there was me just messing around with the settings that I had her on. I should have turned it up to try and lay these ones down a little bit. But nice tight little beads. And I did some 1/2 inch stuff. See if she had the penetrating power to do 1/2 inch. And boy does she. She does it just fine. I will be making videos for some of the projects I'll be doing. I'm sure my wife will be doing some projects of her own, but I just figured I'd give you guys a little bit of insight into the shop and what the channel is going to be about. I know it's a really bad first video for a fabrication channel and all that, but I am starting this up out of my garage, so I'll be seeing y'all later. This is Billy with Billy Goat Fabrication. Yeah, figured I'd make a video for y'all on this Sunday. Thank you.